Good morning, y'all. JW here. Old man with his bees. Soapstone Farms honeybees. It's Sunday, July 14th, and I'm going to attempt to give you a little unedited tour of my two main bee yards, which is located at my main farm operation, which is located at 6286 Pleasant Ridge Lane in Alney, Illinois. So come along for the grand tour. I'm going to start here by showing you I had a greenhouse that I used for some of my gardening stuff, and I've converted it into a combination greenhouse and honey house. As you can see, I've got some pollinator plants planted around the outside area of my greenhouse, and I'm going to step up here and give you a little peek at the inside of my honey house work area. And it's kind of a mess, but I work in it every day, and it's too hot here to do anything else. And so I'm gonna bore you with the grand tour. If I get to stuttering and stammering around, sound like Joe Biden, why, you got to take into consideration that Joe and I's both about the same age. This is what I call my fart mobile. This is my work cart that I use around my honeybees here. So I'll show you that while I'm stopped, and we'll continue on. I make use of these storage boxes. I store a lot of my bee equipment in those. I'll tour on around here. I've got an outside workshop that I use. I also have a wintertime one in for use when it's cold, but this is just a three-sided one of my old work sheds from my cattle operation, and I just use it to do my woodworking for my frames and boxes, put together boxes, saw out frames, make tops, migratory covers, telescoping covers. This is one of my old cattle work yards and work areas. I use it primarily for storage, and I'm going to come down here to starting with some of my bee yard. This is my what I call my pride and joy. This is my long Langstroth hive that Ricky Rourke made for me. I'm tickled to death with it, full of bees, and I'm going to circle it here for you and show you what the bees are doing. And I'll continue on over to one of my, it's kind of a production yard, and I've got it located in one of my old round pens areas where I used to break young horses and when I showed cattle, mostly my young bulls and heifers that I had a confined area where I could work them for the shows, break them to lead and so forth. And I converted it into a bee yard, which is now one of my main production yards. I call it my round pen yard, so if you hear me referring to it in the future, you know where I'm at. And I'm taking you around and showing you some of my hives, which are quite active today. It's too hot to do anything else, so I shut down. I mowed my bee yard this morning, and it got too hot to do anything else, so I quit. And I'm going to bore you with this tour. I'm going to come back in the morning when it's cool and get out my weed eater and go to work. I'm going to continue on down here for a ways and I call that my show barn. I've got these stalls inside there. Is where I had all my show cattle. Laying them. I'm going to continue on here. That storage box there, I've got all my honey supers and lids and bottom boards and frames and stuff like that. That's totally full of big equipment. I may open it up and show you if I don't make this video too long. I'm going to continue on. As you can see, I've got about a 2-acre pond here right in between these two particular bee yards. I'm going to continue on across here. This is an old cattle lot. That's an old cattle barn down there that I really don't have anything in. This is my feeding areas. It's hoop building. I've made this yard into my what I call my resource yard, or where I put all my splits and my nukes and things of that nature. And I think I've got 20 individual colonies in this particular yard right here. We'll make a little circle past it. See if I can't get you all stung or something dumb. We'll pass right on through the hoop building, which I've got stuff stored. Some old trailers, my tractors, batwing mowers, pontoon boat that I seldom ever use anymore. And this is just going to give you a view out through the countryside behind my yards here. I don't do any row crop farming. I've got a young neighbor farmer farm all that, but he's got this patch back here behind us in the corn this year. Continuing on through here, I've got, like I said, I've got 20 hives in here. And it's mostly new hives or building up hives, resource hives, splits, nukes, hives that's just getting started. It's not actually in the production phase. As you can see, I'm feeding them, most of them pretty hard. Sometimes the feeders are inside, some outside. I took my bucket feeders off because they seem to be taking too much sugar water with the buckets, so I took them off, and I'm just feeding as needed, using quart jars through my migratory tops that I've got feeding holes in. And I'm going to continue on now and cut back through here and beginning to think about shutting it off. But this is just some of my operation. As you can see, I've got a lot of natural trees around. People that followed some of my Facebook coon catching videos, well, you can see that these apiaries in this main old cattle operation that I had here is completely surrounded by trees. And I'm going back by and making a circle back through the area of this storage building. I call this my archives back here. This is where I place all my junk, etc. Also got a pond back here, which is it's within a couple hundred yards of both my two main bee yards, which are located just here. I've got another small yard it's an out yard. It's about 6 miles on down the road that I've got a mentee that actually lives on that premises, and I help the mentee out with the bees down there. As you can see, we're going across the pond dam. I don't know if it takes into proportion, but this is just actually a small pond, and here by my main source of water for my bees here for my production yard. I'll cut back up through here, and then I'm fixing to shut it off. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you bearing with me, and I'll try not to listen out here anymore. Have a good day.